Okay, now we are going to work on getting elastics. No, switching these inside out. Getting the elastics in, switching them inside out. Okay, so the first step is to getting the elastics in. I've got this tool. It's called a Bodkin, Bodkin. I just got it for a couple bucks off Amazon. And this is the easiest way to do it, but you can also use a safety pin as well. So I'll show you this one first, and then I'll show you the safety pin, just like one of the safety pins, my big ones. I think you have one, don't you? I hope so. If not, you can just use whatever, but these are the best. So the first thing you do is you put it in. Now, sometimes it gets a little hard to get through because those insides are kind of mushed up in there. And so sometimes you just have to pull the center out a little. Okay, there, that one should go smoothly now. See, so it's just gone through like that. Okay. So now you have your scrunchie on there, and then you take your elastic, and these are cut to the 9 inches. And I've just got a bunch of them. I just cut a bunch and put them, I'll just sit there in front of the TV, cut a bunch and put them in there. I gave you sorry, it was the only other kind of one that I had that was big enough. I like to have a lid on it. So it's kind of a huge one I gave you, but you can just cut a bunch. You could cut that whole row or whole roll of elastic that I gave you and just cut them and put them in there if you want. So let me explain. Then you put your elastic in the bottom loop, and then up through the top loop. See how I did that? And then what I do to make sure it stays, I usually will pull the top one down and the bottom one up. Just give it a little tug, because then it stays a little bit easier. Now this part, a little hard. I put this end in my mouth. I'll hold it with my teeth. And then all you do is you just pull until your thing comes out. Does that make sense? See? I hope you saw that. I know it was hard because my mouth's up here and the camera's down there. Put the two ends together. Then you're just going to make a little knot. And you want to try and get the knot down as much to the end as you can. See? Like that. Okay, and you have one done to that point. Then we'll turn them inside out, right side out. So then, again, I'm going to put this through. And you take your elastic into the bottom, then up through the top. Give it a little tug. Hold it between your teeth. Now, try and move this down more so you can see it. Okay, so then you just pull. That's all the way through. Take it out. Grab the one from your teeth. Put them together. And, sorry, the camera keeps bumping. There you go, that's another one. Now I'm going to show you how to do it with the safety pin. So what you're going to do is, you're going to safety pin on one end of the elastic like that. It looks like that. Then you're going to start putting the safety pin through, and you can feel it through the fabric, and you're just going to push that safety pin. I'm holding the elastic like this. In a minute, I might have to put it in my mouth if I don't have a good enough grip. But you just kind of, so I'm pushing the end of the safety pin with this finger and bunching with this. See how I'm doing that? And I'm still got my finger on the end of that safety pin. And you just bunch and bunch and bunch until you get to the end, and then pull it through. And I kept a hold of the elastic with that hand. See? Pull those through. undo the safety pin and tie it off. Whoops. Get it down to the end as far as you can and then tighten it up. There we go. So I'll show you the safety pin version again. Pin it, put it in, and start feeling. Okay, I'm going to be grabbing the end of this with my 2 fingers here. This is going to be the pusher, and this hand and the thumb are the scrunchers. And if you have to, you can let go and pull this out a little. See? And then you're going to find your end again with your finger and push, push. Grab your elastic, and I still got the hold with those 2 fingers. Okay. Now you're going to grab it. And see what we got going on here. Oh! Good thing I was holding that. I like to kind of hold it with this part of this hand as I'm working on it, so that if it falls or if it snaps out, I kind of have a hold on it. See? I'll do another one this way, because this is probably the way you're going to be doing it, because I know you've got, or I'm pretty sure you've got elastics, but I don't think you have a bodkin. All right, find my center. Okay, get going in there. All right, now we're going to be scrunching. See, and over here I still have a hold. Pull that through. And then what I do before I let go of these 2, I like to pull this through, and I hold that and grab that. So this part's here, and then I can let go. And then put those together. And so yeah, I'll sit in front of the TV with all of my tubes and add all the elastics to them. I like doing these scrunchies in different stages. Okay, so we're gonna do this way again. This way is a little bit easier for me, even though I have to use my mouth to get the, you know. I wonder if I could do it without. Maybe I will try. Okay, in through the bottom. In through the top, pull and give it a little tug. Let's see if I can do it with just holding it. Hey, I did it. Seeing what? That was just a few minutes. Well, like 8 minutes. 10, like 5, 6, just to get these done on that one batch. And then I'll show you what to do after this. This is the last one. We're going to pull him through. Now, you know how sometimes elastics will get twisted inside while you're trying to work on it? Usually when I give the 2 ends a good tug, that you can kind of tell if one's a little backwards, but even if they are mixed up inside, it's not a big deal. Okay, so now we'll put that aside, put our elastic aside. So now the way to get them right side out, this is where the magic is. It's where the magic happens. So you're gonna find your hole where you had your two finger width hole. You're gonna open that up. If you can't quite find it, look for your seam, and it's gonna be on one of the ends of that end seam. Hold on, let me scoot you a little forward. So then you grab the guts from inside, and you're gonna kind of turn it right side out, and you're gonna start pulling and pulling, and it's a little bit hard because all of these wrinkles from the scrunchie get caught on each other. So you just kind of keep working it. And if you need to do bigger than 2 fingers width, that's okay. You know, 3 fingers will be okay. And then as you get a little bit better at turning it right side out, you can do it closer to the 2 finger. So see how I'm kind of pulling and stuffing with my thumb? I'm pulling that end and stuffing and pulling and stuffing. And then there we go. Now it's right side out. Then the last thing we will have to do, and so on the purple ones you can do this unless you're not comfortable with it, but the teal one, just send it to me because I have some teal. Just do up to this point and then get them back to me. And I think I have some teal here. If not, I'm gonna buy some thread, teal thread. And then you'll just stitch up right there. And boom, it'll be all done. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish pulling the rest of these out. Some of my first ones, this hole, the 2 finger hole is a lot bigger. So, yeah. But you just really just, and this part, this is where it kind of hurts the fingers. Making scrunchies a little hard on the hands. But you just kind of pull it and tuck in, tuck the, like where the wrinkles get caught, tuck them in while you're pulling. That makes it a little bit easier. And there you go. Now I'm gonna have some cleanup to do here with all these strings. See how that's hanging out right there in the middle of that seam? Just be careful not to clip the actual fabric. So there we go. So that one's ready. And then I have 5 more. So I'll do that off screen and then I'll show you sewing up that little hole, and then these scrunchies will be all done and ready to go.